Yo, what is up? Thank you all for tuning in wherever and whenever you're watching this. Today is January 31st, 2025, starting off the new year pretty well. A little bit slow in the market. Let me share my screen and let's dive right into this. First of all, I want to check out CoinGecko, do a little browse here. We're looking at 102,000 Bitcoin. We're looking at still under 4K ETH. XRP still above $3. We got Solana sitting at 231, BNB 678, Cardano just under a buck. We got Chainlink $25, XLM, HBAR. So everything's looking good. Still sitting at $102 Bitcoin. Let me share the desktop that way you can see everything. There we go. And then I should be able to. Let me stop this. There we go. Okay. Perfect. All right. So let's start up here at the top with Aave. Aave kind of led the market here. We were buying Aave back at I actually just got a notification from like a memory from like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. And Aave actually was over here. Aave made a nice run up. Was chilling there. Now we can finally see we've broken above those levels, which is from quite a bit of while ago on a bigger time frame on the weekly. I mean, this was pretty expected where we're at, right? If we get rid of some of these smaller lines, excuse me, in between, we can see. Let me get rid of the smaller fib too. Right, we came up here, rushing from here to here. Market retraced. Here was 50%. That market or Aave retraced 50% at this point. We broke above, retested that 61.8% fib level. And it looks like we're going to keep going up. We also did come over here in the red zone, right? If we draw a box here, this is our last level of support according to fibs. So came up here, respected it pretty well, which not like was not uncommon. Like I was expecting that to happen. I don't think a lot of us were. We've been following the market pretty closely. So on a smaller time frame, we can throw fibs on it too. See. So we got a lot of choppy action up here. I think that is the lowest candle. Yep. Right, came up, hit it again. Let's flip it. So let's use this as the bottom. And let's use that as the top. Again, you can see we came back down, pretty much touched perfectly that 78.80 or 78.6, 88.6 fib level. Honestly, I want to see Aave break above that was that about 382 and continue up. Once we break above here and have some candles holding above this level here, I think we're going to be all right. We could see the market continue back up, looking more towards the 520 area. I'm sure we have a little bit more, some areas of resistance, maybe about 450, and maybe even in between there too, but we'll see. I like Aave. Aave just needs to break above here. I think we're holding that 282 pretty well. I think we'll stay above that. Um, I don't think we'll come back down too far from there. We could see another retracement back down to 282, but I don't think it's going to stay there for very long. All right, let's go. So we got Aave, Cardano. Cardano kind of looking a little bit similar as far as market or chart structure, I guess you could say, right? We had came up, hit that 78.6, 88.6 level. If we measure from here, oh, we can see market came back down, wicked into there pretty much perfectly. And depends, right? Some people would use that, and you could say market actually came back and pretty much touched it. But yeah, I think we hold that 79 cent level, which is about right here. So I think we hold above that, but I do think we could see it another time. A lot of these charts still could retrace a little farther, but I don't think it's highly likely, but we still could. So let's measure from here. Algorand, ISO 222 token, awesome token. Let's see here. Came back. Perfect touch once again. Good entry zone here. Honestly, even if it came back down to that 30 cent level, it'd be a nice entry. Nice entry. I think Algo is one of the ones that kind of, yeah, will be a nice entry. Algo still has some room to run. I like XRP as well. All the ISO 222 tokens are looking good. We just need them to run. It's kind of been quiet really for the last, you know, since about a 15K Bitcoin 2 years ago. Well, I guess about a year ago. Or yeah, 2 years ago, 2023. That was wow, that was actually 3 years ago now. But yeah, I think Bitcoin is going to come to a point where Potentially, and I think it's going to move a little bit different from the rest of the market, but I think we get to a point where this thing goes parabolic, right? From from $0 to 100K took us 16 years, but 100K to 200K, I don't think is going to take us another 16. I think we might make it there in a year, potentially faster. It just depends on how much of that Bitcoin supply gets eaten up. There's not much of it left. There's about 14,000 Bitcoin being mined per month. MicroStrategy buys like pretty much all of it every month. So the monthly supply being mined is pretty much being eaten up by the institution. So I do like Bitcoin in the long term. Dude, I don't know at what point we go parabolic and just kind of move crazy and start running super fast. We have 13 states, I believe it was, that have filed for a Bitcoin strategic reserve. When that gets approved and when they start buying, we could see this thing continue on and continue to grow. Chat is a little bit higher risk of a project. I like the project itself. The problem is it doesn't have adoption. It doesn't matter how good a project is or a painting is. If Picasso never gets found, nobody ever finds Picasso or finds the Picasso that made him famous. I mean, it's just a painting, right? Same thing here. Chat, amazing project, awesome project actually. The problem is again the market adoption not really there. I was hoping we kind of held this area, but again, it's a higher risk play. Compound, I do love, similar to Aave. It does look like we could retrace that $48 to $57 area. If we do fire entries, we might hold that $70 area. Dot didn't really run like we were expecting it to. Still kind of down here. I did like Dot. I actually participated in some parachain auctions in like 2020, and I locked some stuff up for like 3 years and completely forgot about it. But it's probably still sitting there. Probably nothing crazy. Obviously, Dot didn't do much. I remember only putting a couple Dot in for the parachain auctions, but ultimately we have ENS similar to Bonfida. Kind of same thing, guys. This one's been running. I think we continue to run. ENS is think about the Cash App. For those of you in the States, I don't know if there's Cash App outside the States, but think your Cash App code, right? And for Cash App, literally this would be your code. Like if you guys want to send me money, let's say this was it. Same thing with ENS and Solana name service. You could do the same thing. It would literally be like that's my Twitter handle, by the way. But that would be my Cash App, right? You could send me anything on the Solana chain with that address. Not that one. I think I have a couple others, but you get the point. So I do like this project. Awesome concept. I think it does need a little adoption. I think we hold that 30 to 32 bucks pretty well. We did look at ETH dominance coming down, and we didn't look at ETH actually. We just briefed it over on CoinGecko, but I do think we come back down to like 11 to or the 10 to 8% market dominance. It's not really, ETH isn't running like the rest of the market now. Not nowhere near like Solana. And then we came up here, kind of held this zone, the 4,000 to 4,400 pretty well. We didn't even break 4K, 4020. We did, but we didn't hold there. So we did retrace, which again was expected. So, we still could come down a little farther. We did wick down and touch about 2,800 roughly. I don't think we come down to 2,500, but it's not out of the picture. Fetch again, cool project, needs a little more adoption. If we do hold that 70 cent to a buck area, that'd be a nice entry for this project. A little bit higher risk. FIDA, Solana name service again. Sweet concept. I think it has some major adoption that it needs to go through still, right? We're trying to zoom in here on this chart. We didn't really hold the levels that great, so I'm sure if we draw a fib from this bottom to this top, and we'll just call it there. Yes, we're still holding there, but ultimately, guys, if we break below, what does that mean? Make that a red line. If we break below this 20 cent level and hold there and continue down, it might never come back. But I don't think it disappears. It could come back up here at some point, but it's a little uncertain. Again, it needs some adoption in the market, right? Look at Yahoo search, Bing. When was the last time you guys used those? So now I do think Solana name service is the Google of its, niche market, I guess you could say. But either way, so we got Filecoin. Filecoin again could come down, maybe even to here, maybe down to $3. We've been looking at all these tokens. That's why I'm going through all of them, all the ones with the dots. But kind of same thing, guys. Again, all you're gonna notice the same pattern, right? Market fell. We came down to an amazing price. We ran back up, hit the 78.6, 88.6 fib level in this box. Sometimes we respect the 78.6, sometimes we go all the way up. But again, guys, that box just similar. You're gonna see that same thing almost on every single chart, and then the same thing on a smaller time frame, right? Just and also this on the flip side. We're seeing the same move, just just in reverse. So now that we came down here again, I do think we could come to 380. I don't think it's likely, but it's not out of the picture. Just like a lot of these charts still moving down, flow, amazing in real life partnerships. But if we don't hold above that 62, 65 cent range, it might not be too good. GRT, I hope this thing don't disappear here. I do love GRT, awesome project. I want to see us hold the 15 to 17 cent range. Again, I had this drawn up since pretty much the market came up over here. And since we are on the daily, again, we could adjust this and you could see we're probably actually more on the bottom of that time. Yeah, more in the middle maybe. But same concept, guys. Same pattern, just in reverse. Again, you see the same thing here. I can draw it up, but just so you guys can see the pattern and kind of get used to seeing it repeat. See? So these black lines here are actually that 78.6, 88.6 fib level. The last levels of support is what I refer to it as. See? Perfect retracement in the box. So we're just seeing the same patterns play over and over in here. It's not uncommon by any means. That's why I use these, but I would like to see us hold above 15 cents. I think we hold really above 17 now from here on out, but we'll see. H bar, ISO 222 token. If we do retrace, maybe down to 21 cents, still a decent retracement from 30 cent range where we're at. I don't think that's very likely, but keep in mind if it does, you're looking at a 32% drop roughly. Jasmy was another awesome project. We've been watching this one since about 4 cents, about right over here, or 0.004. My apologies. So I know a couple guys that got in on this, got some fire entries, but I personally did not ride that thing up. Wish I did. As you could see, pretty decent trade. It was something we were watching, but it's hard to get in every single token. Same pattern, guys. We're just in reverse here. So, and we get broke all-time highs on the flip side. So if we were to draw a fib here and come down like we were on every other market, you can see we broke above that level. Broke above, held it a little bit, but then ultimately continued up. So I do want to see us honestly, if we break above 3 cents, I want to see us hold above that line and then continue up. But again, we could still come back down and see some retracement action. Caspa, know some buddies that got this thing. Quite a bit of this actually. I don't know a ton about it. I actually just keep marking it up because of other people ask about it. So I do continue to mark it up, but I want to see us hold that 10 cent range. Wasn't absurd to see us come down there, but I do want to see us hold that. Chainlink still on the run, to be honest with you. Chainlink was just up here at 30 bucks. I think we break back above 25. Chainlink has some amazing partnerships. I believe they're partnered with some ISO 222 tokens. I don't believe they're ISO 222 compliant, but they are in that realm. They're working with those projects. And if you look at the chart I sent in the Discord with all the tokens, Link is in a category of its own. So interesting to see that. Liquidity, cool project, similar to Aave Compound and Maker. But I do want to see, if we come back down, we could see $1. That's a decent move. Down, I want to see what, 50% or 30%. If we do come down here, it's probably more like 50, but I do want to see us hold. Actually, take it back. It's about 100 roughly. Well, maybe not. 75 will put us at 50. That's what I was thinking. But anyway, yeah, I do like Liquidity. Again, higher risk play, but still awesome project. I do have Hannah. God, terrible. Might as well delete that thing. We're not worth looking at. Polygon, Matic, Policy, whatever they changed the name to, used to be a decent token and had a nice run. I know people who made thousands of this thing when it ran up to, yeah, about $3. Hopefully you didn't ride it round trip like most people did. If you did, it's okay. There's plenty of other opportunities. Don't knock yourself down. But Maker is kind of one of those other ones too, right? We were buying the 400 range, about 515. I want to say hit about just below 500 bucks, maybe not, but We're buying around 500 bucks, rode that thing up to a 4K. Again, another awesome trade. Another awesome trade, just shy of 1,000%. But what we're looking at here is market came up, we retraced, and then we came up to that 50% 618 zone, held it very, very well. And if we put a fib here, doesn't look bad. I do think Maker could still come back. The problem is it lost some partnerships, changed some shit up. People didn't like it. So, but again, you're gonna see that same pattern just on the flip side. You're gonna hear me say that a lot. And hopefully the more I say it, the more you see the pattern too. So I do want to see us hold above. Let me grab this. There we go. I do want to see us hold above. What is that? 950. Whew. Got another 950. Maker will be gnarly. Optimism. I don't really I haven't really traded this one personally. I don't know a ton about it. It is a little bit higher risk if you do trade it. Um, you know, let's see it hold here. Let's see it hold there. It's held there once already, but let's see how we do second time around. What else we got? Already, this was a cool project. We were watching it up over here. I was definitely not like in a buy ready zone, but we did hold this spot pretty well. Was good area if you were gonna buy in. The problem is now is we could be in some price discovery in the downside. Quant ISO 222 token. This puppy just runs quick, fast. So you can see we ran nice 200%. I was expecting this to come a little higher, but it's all right. Again, we kind of wicked up. I'm sure if I draw a fib on one of these charts, we'll see that see we can see right here 61.8%. Here was that zone, but it depends too what top you're using because this pattern works in multiple ways. The problem is depends on where you mark it up from. Sometimes I use the body of the candle, sometimes I use the wick. It just depends. There's no wrong way to use it. I remember when I first started trading, I was always so scared to put put the trend line on wrong, or I was using the fib slightly wrong. To be honest with you, it doesn't even matter if you're using the fib chart wrong or the fib retracement wrong, as long as you're identifying a pattern that consistently repeats itself. Same thing that you're seeing here, right? Came up, hit that zone, that box, the same one that almost every other chart that I showed you has. And then now we're on the flip side where the market's doing the same thing. So we have nice here, boom, boom. I know it's a little messy, but if you pay attention, stick with me. I do think we come down maybe to 80 bucks. I don't think we come down all the way to 68, 70, but it's not out of the picture. We are holding that about 100 range pretty well. Render had a nice retracement. This is another project I do like. I was buying some over here in the $5, $6 range. One of my buddies holds this one, so getting in areas for another good buy. Solana, we can see Solana dominance. This is the market cap percent it has out of the total market cap, right? So out of the $3.45 trillion in the market, Solana has about 3.2% of all that money in its project. So these charts are nice to look at too. I do draw the fib retracements on them as well, but just nice to look at, kind of see, keep them in mind. Solana again still running the popularity as far as Solana versus ETH. Solana is killing the game. We just had Solana smoke all-time highs, almost came up to $300. I think Solana is going to continue. I bought a bunch around 11 bucks, which was right around here. Yeah, guys. Yeah, I bought a bunch of it around here, wrote it up to about the 206 range, sold it, and then it kept running. I still have, I want to say like 5 or 6 Solana. So it is nice to see that it's still running, still moving. Sui, I know some people like this one as well. We usually mark it up on the Monday live analysis. So far, we're smoking these the fib retracement levels, pretty much hitting them perfectly. So you can see that pattern once again. We're here. I think we hold that 321 level. I don't think we break below it. We could, but I don't think we do. What do we got here? Sushi. Don't really care. Total market cap. Again, this is something cool to keep in mind too. On a smaller time frame, we're seeing those same exact patterns that you'll see on the large time frame. And again, guys, the more you look at this, the more you'll start to realize, holy crap, is this really true? Does this really happen in the market over and over? Yes, it does. It's a pattern, guys. Everything in life is a pattern or a habit. Humans are habitual beings. So if you're not where you want to be, you really just got to switch up some habits. And same thing with trading, right? If your trading game sucks, you got to switch some of these habits, some of the patterns you're looking for. A pattern is just something that repeats itself over and over again. And same thing with habits are something we do over and over again. Um, they can either be your best friend or your worst enemy. So I want to see us break that 3.62 and just freaking run. I do think we run up to the $4.4 trillion level. I don't think we've been, we're in uncharted territory. So maybe even here about 4 trillion where this fib extension is. Could see something along the lines there too. I do like that level. It says total market cap without ETH and without Bitcoin. You can see we're still holding all-time highs. I know a lot of people want to see these alts run, me included, but we're still holding there. This teal line here is actually the all-time high from over there. As you can see, we slightly broke above it, but not by much. So I want to see us hold above just under a trillion, right? I want to see us hold this nine. What is that? 900 trillion or 900 billion. My apologies. Uniswap, same thing. Could still come back down to 850. I do think we probably hold this 10.90, $11, but does not mean we have to in that, this lower move to that 850 is not out of the picture, guys. We could still move down there. Although I don't believe it's as likely, it's still possible. XLM, I do like this project as well. This is another ISO 222 token. A lot of these tokens kind of look similar. They ran, dropped, retraced, drop, retraced, drop, and they're just kind of playing in this channel now. So I want to see us hold that, where are we at? 40 cents roughly, 38 cents. I want to see us hold above there. Again, we could keep retracing, plenty of room to do so. XRP, this is the XRP dominance. As you can see, this thing is sucking liquidity from the market, which is not bad by any means. What that means for XRP, and XRP used to be one of the largest or the second largest crypto in all of the tokens. You can see it is number 3. Now, if XRP replaces Ethereum, right? So if this market cap goes above 397 billion, million, billion, yep. So 397 billion. If we go above that, you're looking at about a $8 XRP. So keep in mind, I think it's still run another $5, which would be freaking sweet. Even if it ran another 350 to $7, which again is kind of that $7 to $8 range is where we would be if XRP does regain its dominance as second largest as far as market cap is concerned. And it does again look like we're gaining some traction there. XRP still looking good, still making runs. I do want to see us hold really $3 and really the 263. If we don't, we could still see some retracements, but again, none of this would be, crazy or absurd. We could see some retracements down here, which we've already seen once. But even if we came down to 220 to about 230, we'd still be sitting pretty good. So guys, that wraps up the market update. Again, today's Friday, January 31st, 2025. Bitcoin sitting at 102, ETH still under 4K, actually under 3,500. XRP's chilling, and actually we can go like this. These are all tokens I'm watching. Here's a quick little cheat. If you stayed for the whole call, here are tokens that I've watched or called out in the past. Yeah, they're looking all right. Definitely. Oh my goodness, kind of forgot about Decentral Games. Very high risk project. So, same with Ecomi. ApeCoin looks rare. I mean, this one could actually probably leave. A few of these probably could go, but um, yeah, GuildFi, Jesus, I could go too. I don't think it's around anymore. Metaverse Index. We used to trade that one. There's a DeFi Pulse Index as well. But as far as market cap is concerned, these are some tokens I've watched over time. Soulstream again, awesome project. The problem is there's no adoption. Phantom, I don't even know, is it ranked on here actually? Maybe there's a hmm, interesting, weird. But yeah, guys. Either way, again, here are these. Keep in mind there is some higher risk projects in here. If you see anything over or out of the 100 range, 200 range, even render. I think that's a different run. But if it's outside of that, be cautious. Not all these are great game. Some of these are actually gaming projects, and I have them all. These are actually I've called them out in the past, but gaming, DeFi, AI, and some NFT stuff that I've been watching too. So a lot of these main tokens, everything within that 100, even 150, 200, pretty decent projects. Radium great project. World Coin, GRT, and the top 100 quant. So again, so keep in mind some of these are higher risk, so don't go ape into some of these ones that I just went on there. But those are all tokens we've called out in the past. I've vetted most of them out, but keep in mind some of them are still here. So, guys, appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in to this week's market update. We'll catch you next week. Peace.